Why are there not more people talking about what's beyond infinity? It's a topic that seems almost too vast to comprehend, yet it holds some of the most fascinating secrets of mathematics. Imagine sitting in a cozy cafe, sipping your favorite drink, and diving into a conversation that stretches the limits of your imagination. That's what we're about to do today. Let's dive into this mathematical marvel. Infinity is a concept that has intrigued mathematicians, philosophers, and thinkers for centuries. It's not just a number, it's an idea that challenges our understanding of the universe and everything in it. When we talk about infinity, we're talking about something that goes beyond the ordinary, something that stretches our minds to their limits. Infinity, the biggest number we can imagine, right? Well, not exactly. While it's easy to think of infinity as the largest number, it's actually much more complex. Infinity isn't a number you can reach by counting. It's a concept that represents something without any bounds. It's like trying to imagine the largest possible number. No matter how high you go, there's always something beyond it. In math, infinity is more like a concept than a number. It's a way to describe something that doesn't have an end. Think of it as a tool that mathematicians use to understand and describe the world around us. It's a concept that helps us make sense of things that are too large to measure or too complex to fully understand. Think of it as the universe, no end in sight. Just like the universe, infinity is something that we can't fully grasp. It's a concept that stretches beyond our understanding, something that goes on and on without ever stopping. It's like looking at the night sky and realizing that there are more stars than you could ever count, more galaxies than you could ever imagine. But here's the kicker. There's something beyond infinity called countable infinity. This is where things start to get really interesting. Countable infinity is a type of infinity that we can actually work with. It's a way to understand and describe things that are infinite, but in a way that makes sense to us. It's like having a way to count something that never ends. Picture this. You've got infinite hotel rooms and infinite guests. This is a classic example used to explain countable infinity. Imagine a hotel with an infinite number of rooms, each one occupied by a guest. It sounds impossible, but it's a way to understand how infinity can work in a practical sense. If a new guest arrives, no problem. Just shift each guest to the next room. That's countable infinity. This simple idea shows how we can work with infinity in a way that makes sense. By shifting each guest to the next room, we make space for the new guest, even though the hotel is already full. It's a way to understand how infinity can be both endless and manageable at the same time. And then there's uncountable infinity, which is even wilder. This is a type of infinity that goes beyond what we can count. It's a way to describe things that are so vast, so complex, that they defy our ability to measure or understand them. It's like trying to count the grains of sand on a beach or the stars in the sky. It's something that goes beyond our ability to comprehend. Imagine trying to list all the points on a line. It's never ending. This is a way to understand uncountable infinity. A line is made up of an infinite number of points, each one distinct and separate from the others. Trying to list all of these points is impossible because there are simply too many. It's a way to understand how infinity can be both endless and uncountable at the same time. Infinity isn't the end, it's just the beginning of an even bigger adventure. When we talk about infinity, we're talking about something that goes beyond our understanding, something that challenges us to think in new and different ways. It's a concept that opens up new possibilities, new ways of understanding the world around us. It's a journey that never ends, a quest for knowledge that goes on and on without ever stopping. So, the next time you find yourself pondering the mysteries of the universe, remember that infinity is just the beginning. There's always something more to discover, something more to understand. And that's what makes the study of infinity so exciting, so fascinating, and so endlessly rewarding.